welcome back to my channel. This is Dr. Mommy Budgets and I am Amanda. I am here today to talk to you guys a little bit about comparing yourself to others or using those people as motivators. So that is what I am going to talk to you about. That topic popped up in my brain, and so I decided to come in front of the camera and chit chat about it. So basically, with the way I am perceiving this concept is you have those people. Forgive me, guys, I have my window open and I hear noises outside, so it's a bit of a distraction. But you have those people that compare themselves to others on one hand, and you have other people that may use people as motivators or concepts as motivators or factors in their life as motivators, whatever it is. So I've been on both sides of the coin. I tend to no longer compare myself to others. I utilize others as motivation for me to get to the next level as it relates to what I'm trying to do in my life. Now let me give you an example of both scenarios, because this topic can be considered a fine line where, hey, you may have someone that want to ask, what's the difference between comparing yourself to others and using people as motivators? So here's the deal. All right, always remember here I am going to be kind of talking about or making the topic go full circle and relate to finances. But you can utilize these examples and this experience in any area of your life. So, as it relates to finances and as it relates to comparing yourself to someone, let's see. For example, I'm listening to one of the finance gurus, and they're talking about how much money they make, how their business is doing, how they're just pulling in all the profit and they have little to no or minimum overhead, and they're just talking all the goodies that you want to hear. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a finance guru. It could be just another person on YouTube. It could be your neighbor across the way, down the street, next door, whatever, a relative. But anyway, they're talking about their success story with finances, and they're saying, they are making buku's amount of money, or their company is $1 million company, and that kind of thing. And you're sitting there like, man, I really wish I could make buku's amount of money, or I wish that my company was $1 million company, and then you start to allow the emotions to sink in. Well, why is my company not $1 million company? Why am I not able to make the buku's amounts of money? Something must be holding me back. Why not me? Why not me? So see, when you start to do things like that, that is a sure way to show that you are comparing yourself to others. You got to get out of your headspace as it relates to things like that. Okay? So now let's look on the other side of that coin. We're going to use the same example, but we're going to utilize that example to motivate us. Because basically, if you stay over on this side of the world where you are comparing yourself to others, that's exactly where you will stay. You will not grow, you will become stagnant, and you'll just waddle in self-pity, and nothing pretty much will happen, or you will get little to no results. So now let's use that same example. You got people around you, your neighbors, your family, they reckon in the dough, they they're doing the thing, their businesses are growing, making millions, they're happy, da 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 da. They got all the things going on, right? So, as it relates to trying to motivate yourself in that situation, for me, I'm also, just a disclaimer, all of these are examples from my experience, okay? So take it with a grain of salt, take it as you may. I'm listening to, the neighbors, the family members, the people that's running the companies, the finance gurus talking about having all this money and how you can get it and da 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 da. So, what I tend to do with, especially from a having money or being financially free standpoint, what I try to do is, think about, I look at the overall picture when it comes to that. And what I mean by that is, especially those who are making the millions or access to the, half a millions, 2, 3, 4, 5, $10 million. I start to think like this. I'm like, you know what? That amount of money, first off, or that company or whatever it is not anything that I could not pursue. Now, this is if this was an interest of mine. It has to be an interest or desire of yours. You just can't go around following everybody and their ideas are totally off in left field from yours, and you're sitting there saying that they're going to be able to motivate you. If that that's not your thing, then don't even go that route. But if it is something that you're interested in, like for me, I am interested in having financial freedom, building wealth, being able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. Okay? And with me wanting to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, that's going to require finance. I mean, we just may as well keep it real. I know a lot of people try not to focus on money or say money, is not where we should have our focus at, which is, I agree with that. It is not totally where we should have our focus. But in order to get to all those other freedoms that we want to get to, you got to have your finances in order. Let's just keep it real. But anyway, back to the example. With what they were, the way that I would utilize that example is, I would say, you know what, $250,000, $1 million, or whatever, you know what, that is really not out of my reach. I can see myself having that amount of money. You know what I mean? So you can't, in other words, it motivates me because I don't think small-minded. I'm thinking about, oh yeah, all I need to do is figure out my plan and course of action as to how I can get there. Because what I have already convinced myself of, or I have total confidence in, is that I'm going to get there. I already know that. That's the end game is, I'm going to get there. It's going to be where I'm going to, eventually go. So that's not even, a thought in my mind, wondering, hey, if I'm going to get there. But no, it's just now for me, it's strategizing about how I want to get there. How I want to pay down my debts and what I want to invest in. Do I want to do real estate? Do I want to do the stock market? Whatever, do I want to do a little bit of both? How do I want to move and shake to increase my finances so that I can get to financial freedom and be able to live a free life doing what I want to do. So that's how I kind of utilize what I hear financial gurus or anybody that's talking about anything finance related, investments, saving money, paying down debt, cash stuffing, envelope stuffing, sinking funds, whatever the topic is as it relates. I think about how can I get myself in a position to be able to do XYZ. So that's where the motivation comes from. It's never, I wish I had so that I can be able to do this. I wish I had what this person had or that person had. So that is kind of how I think about it, and that is what I see as the differences between comparing yourself to others and utilizing others' experience to motivate you to do what you need to do in your life. And make sure that, whatever it is, it's unique to you. It's really your true desire. You don't want to live somebody else's life or desire. Now, if it happens to be something similar to someone else's, then fine. But just make sure that it is something that you want to do sincerely with your finances and with your life. So let's start a conversation below and talk about that. Do you see that there's a difference between comparing yourself to someone and using their experiences to motivate you? Do you see the difference? Are you able to make that determination? Do you do that? Or are you solely a person that compare yourself to people, or are you solely a person that use others' experience to motivate yourself? So yeah, let's have a conversation down in the comment section below. That's really all I have for this video. I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, like this video, and as always, this is Dr. Mommy Budgets, where we dream big but start small around here. I will see you in the next video. Peace.